Hey there, welcome back. In the previous week, we saw about the field selection configurations in project systems, and this is a continuation video for that, where we are going to see practically by creating a project and understand how the field selection works in project systems. So let's jump into the video. But before that, do not forget to like the video if you are finding useful, and please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. And you already know the options of joining or doing a one-time contribution by clicking on super thanks. So please do support us for creating many such videos.
So what I'll do is I'll go to CJ20N. I'll go to creating a new project and I'll select my project profile as ZPS0001. Let's enter some project name here. Test project field selection. Let's enter. Now you can see system is sending me to this applicant number field and telling me that make an entry in mandatory field applicant number. So this is I have achieved that I have made the applicant number as mandatory. So I'll just take a drop down and enter some values here. And you can see system has also highlighted this field. You can see it here. The applicant number is in bold. So this highlighting and this particular field as mandatory we have achieved through field selection. And let's go to the control tab and let us see. You can see the budget profile is in display mode. The planning profile is also in display mode. And you can no longer see the result analysis key field here. Earlier it was coming in the control tab under accounting, but you cannot see the result analysis key now here because we have hidden that field through our field selection configuration. So you have basically three ways to make these kind of adjustments to the field which are available in the project. One is through project profile, as we have already discussed. Through project profile you can default the data in the fields. Another one is validations and substitutions. That is through validation you can put a validation so that user is allowed to enter some logical values only in any field, or you can use substitution to directly substitute the value in any field. And third is the field selection, where you can make the field as mandatory, display or hidden, so that user is forced to enter the data, or user can only display and cannot change the data. So these three ways you can go about to influence the appearance of field on the screen. All these three things, that is the validation, substitution, project profile, we have already discussed in our last video. In this video we are discussing the field selection configuration. So I hope that you have understood this concept and you can do the field selection on your own. Always remember, a field selection configuration contains two things. One is a modifiable field. A modifiable field means any field which is available on the screen, and influencing field is a field which will influence the behavior of a modifiable field. Let's see for WBase element also. So if we go to the WBase element, again I'll go to field selection and this time we'll go to WBase element. So it is like same. Now you are seeing the modifiable fields available for the WBase element. Okay, you can see the project PRPS table and this particular field name. If you go to the project definition, then you will see the table name will change to PROJ, and this will be that particular field of the project definition. And if you go to the WBase element and if you click on the influencing button, you will see that some more fields are available for WBase element. Okay, again let me just show you for project definition what all influencing fields were there. If you go to influencing, you can see these only, let's say 7 fields are here. But if you go to WBase element, Then SAP has provided some more influencing fields. SAP has provided like account assignment element, billing element. All these fields you can use as a influencing field. That is, let's say that you want to make some field mandatory based on controlling area. So what you can do is you can go to controlling area, double click here and enter the content of the controlling area, and then you can make your field selection. Okay, so you have these many influencing field for WBS element. Okay, now we have gone through this path, that we went to the influencing field lists, entered the value of the influencing field and then made the screen configuration. We can do it another way also. Let me just show you. Let's say that for a WBase element, you want to make again a business area is mandatory. Okay, so what can I do is I'll go from start. So we'll go to WBase element. And this time I want to make business area as mandatory for a particular project profile. So what can I do is I'll just double click on this modifiable field. Okay. And then you see a list of influencing field will come up here. Right. And you can see for all these influencing field, this modifiable field, which is the business area, is an input state. I want to make it mandatory. And I want to make it mandatory for a particular project profile. So what I'll do is I'll click on this project profile. And then I'll have to click on this new values. New value means a value for a particular project profile. So I'll click on new values and here I'll have to choose the contents. The content again is this particular project profile, and this time I have to make it a required field. So this is another way to do this screen configuration. Earlier I was going from influencing field to modifiable field. This time I'm going from a modifiable field to the influencing field and entering the content of the influencing field. So I'll click on continue. Now you can see for screen group WBase element, modifiable field business area, influencing field project profile ZPS 0001, the value would be required. That is, the field will be required. Let me just save this. Now let us test this. So what we'll do is we'll again create a project. So let's create a project. Now based on this particular project profile, I'll have to enter the applicant number as you have seen. Now what I'll do is I'll create a WBase element here. And I'll just press enter. Now if you go to assignments, you can see the business area has become mandatory. So this is coming from the WBase element screen configuration, that for a particular project profile, that is this. If you go to project definition, so I'll have to enter a business area first. So let me just enter a business area. So you can see for the project profile ZPS 0001 in my WBase element, the business area field has become mandatory. And this time I did this configuration through the business area field, going from the business area field and going to the influencing field. Let me just show you again. So we'll go to the WBase element configuration, and what we did there for a business area, I'll just double click here and you can see for project profile ZPS 0001, the field is a required field. And how you can see all the influences that have been done, that is all the screen configurations what have been done. For that you have to just click on this particular button. You can see influences button is here. This particular link will tell you what all influences you have configured, that is what all fields you have made either required, display, hidden, against what influencing field. So if I click on this influences, you can see here there's only one field has been configured. Right now I have configured the business area. So you can see here the influencing field is project profile, the modified field is business area, and what is the configuration? It is a mandatory field. And for which project profile? ZPS 0001. You can see influencing value. So you have to read this column with this column. Influencing field is project profile and influencing value of this field is ZPS 0001, and the modified field is business area, for which the screen configuration is that it has been made as mandatory. And a transpose table also is shown below, where you have modified field here, that is a business area, and you have influencing field here. So this table is just a transpose table of this particular table at the top. So you have modified field business area, you have influencing field as project profile, and which is made as mandatory for value ZPS 0001 as a value for project profile. So same table shown in a transpose manner. So here you can see all the influences. Let us see the project definition also. We had configured in project definition. So let's see project definition. If you go to influences button here, you can see for influencing field project profile, I have modified these 4 fields. What are these fields? Applicant number, budget profile, planning profile, and result analysis key. Applicant number I have made mandatory, budget profile and planning profile I had made display, and result analysis key I had made as hidden, and for which influencing value? ZPS 0001. So you have to read this particular column with this column. And then if you go to the influencing field setting, a transpose table of this particular table, you can see that modified field is result analysis key, applicant number, budget profile, influencing field is project profile, and these are the configurations. Okay, so this is how you can see if you are into a system where you are finding that a multiple fields are in different kind of configurations. You can see the summary of those configurations by going to this particular link, that is the influences link. So this is all about screen configuration. I hope that you have understood this particular concept.
I hope you have found this video useful. If so, please do like it and do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. So see you in the next video. Until then, take care.